Hey guys, it's the Master Debater here, and today I'm going to be doing yet another episode of Starcraft 2 Tips and Tricks. This episode is going to be focused on doing drops as Protoss. So, my first drop type, I'm going to be doing 5, because these are the most common. The first one involves having sentries and blink stalkers. This one depends on whether or not it can be harassing. It can also actually be a way to end the game if you're good. But what you're supposed to do is you take the stalkers and then you drop them into the enemy's base, and then you're supposed to force field the ramp with the one sentry. And if you're good, oh crap. If you're any good, you could actually, if you scouted them and you know that they've gone somewhere else, like their army isn't at their base, then what you could do is you could drop the stalkers in, and then you could force field the ramp, and then have the blink stalker army take out the base. Now, unfortunately, I chose a map that doesn't have a ramp, so I can't really show this, but you know, I mean, that's like the general idea of it. I mean, I guess I could kind of force field right here. Okay, not really, but that's pretty much how you're supposed to do it. And then if you want to win the game, then you could force field a ramp, take out their base, and then continually warp in more stalkers. And then another type of harassment is called immortal harassment. And what this does is you take immortals and obviously you drop them in the base. And the reason this is effective is because of the extra damage that immortals do to armor. And since buildings count as armor, they do quite a bit of damage to the enemy enemy buildings. So you could take out important structures like hatcheries, spires, barracks, other important structures and whatnot, because the immortal pretty much has a damage of roughly 50 per shot. As you can see, they're just tearing through these buildings like paper. And so what you could do is you could just drop immortals and then take out important buildings and just leave pretty freaking quickly, and then you could do large amounts of damage to their base. And then another type is where you drop in zealots, or no, where you drop in a colossus. And because colossus have the splash damage, obviously, you could use them to harass drones and other types of workers. And then if you could abuse cliffs and stuff if you have the chance to, but that really depends on the situation. But what you can do is you can drop the colossus inside their base and just have them attack clumped workers, and you can usually do quite a bit of damage like this. And then finally, or not finally, there's another one where you do the same thing as the Colossus drop, except you do it with High Templar. And what you do is, I don't know where these came from. You take the High Templar and you drop them inside the base, and you drop them inside the base, and they should have close to full energy. And what you do is you do a side storm on top of the enemy's workers, thereby killing a good majority of the workers, and then you are ahead of them, and yeah. Since I'm facing an easy bot, actually this won't do that together too much, but if they were good, they'd have, I don't know, quite a few drones, or not drones, but workers, and you could quite easily just destroy their economy if done correctly. And finally is the Zealot Dark Templar drop. What you do is you take Dark Templar and you can include zealots if you want to. I mean, you obviously don't have to, but this is what you do is you take the zealots and you drop them with some Dark Templar, and then as soon as you drop, you also warp in several zealots. And since zealots have a fairly high DPS, then most of the time the player won't really notice the Dark Templar. So what you're doing is you're masking the Dark Templar presence with a Dark Templar. And what you do is the Dark Templar drop and they start doing a lot of damage, and then you warp in a ton of zealots, and then lo and behold, well, unless they have detection, obviously. I mean, I don't know why you'd have Dark Templar with detection, but if you make your Dark Templar attack with the Zealot's attack, then they won't know you have. Well, I mean, unless they're really good, they usually won't know that you have Dark Templar with your army. So they'll assume it's all Zealots. They'll take out the Zealots, and then you still have Dark Templar left, and they'll be really, really confused, and you'll probably do large amounts of terrible, terrible damage. So that's some of the most effective ways. I mean, of course, are other ways to harass other players as Protoss. I mean, we have a wide variety. Actually, no, we don't. But we have quite a few units, and it's up to you to be creative. But these are the most standard ones, so I hope you found this helpful. If you do, please comment, rate, subscribe, whatever. Or use these in a game if you find them particularly helpful. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.